Hello fellow haunters, I'm Sean. I've got some videos posted on here. This is my haunt, what it's become. It's not really a haunt anymore. It's more of a really fancy, elaborate yard display, not a walkthrough. I'll tell you what happened was when, I'm not sure about your city, but my city and a lot of surrounding ones have a law or ordinance where when you advertise it, say flyers out to school kids, flyers out at, Halloween stores, post it anywhere, that's considered advertisement. When you advertise the public to come to this, which they would classify as a special event, special events are not permitted in residential areas. And that's where lines are crossed. So if someone gets hurt and they file a lawsuit, of course, you as the homeowner are in that lawsuit, and probably as well as the city, but not just the city. Zoning officials and code enforcement people will individually get sued as well for not enforcing the laws. And every city and every state's different, but keep in mind, when you go and throw a flyer out, you may run the same issue I did where the city was going to give me a $750 citation if I did not take it down. They did work with me. They loved what I did. I mean, if you saw my other videos and went from my side yard to my backyard and exited here, and they really liked what I did. I had a lot of angry residents. It spread pretty quick. A lot of angry parents calling local news stations, newspapers. I had 2 different news stations out here, newspapers, and of course, before they came to my yard, they went to City Hall. So it really hit the fan really quick. And I love this town. I got a lot of support, and it was an angry neighbor. I had a petition. All my neighbors signed it. They loved it. They were mad that we could take it down. But I don't want anyone getting sued. If it's my dumb butt getting sued because I hurt someone, fine. Even though, it's a sue happy world, but I don't need some code enforcement officer that's trying to make a living getting sued for something I do just because they didn't enforce this law. So I know I have not seen this issue on YouTube before with haunters, but I thought I'd break it out. And I'm not a lawyer. I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. That's going to be on you and how far you want to get into it, or if you just want to not put flyers up, or maybe go to your city hall and see what the deal is with that, but just be forewarned of what I went through. Last week was just very emotional with not knowing where this was going. I love doing this. You guys out there that are passionate like I am know what it's like, and to go from a walkthrough that goes through my whole front yard and side yard and backyard to hopefully they'll let me have this. They came by this morning to see it, so hopefully this is safe enough for them. And especially I can only do it Halloween night. I can't do multiple nights as well, because that falls under that same special events permit. But hopefully something, we came up with something that the city would like to have Halloween Fest in the park, where we have several parks. We have the old park, which is big. It has restrooms, electricity, nice level ground instead of this. And we can do it like the last time in October, have fall foods, candy apples, hot dogs, apple cider, popcorn, have games and contests, have a haunted house that can be inspected, and eventually have more room. Instead of me being limited to my yard space here, I can eventually grow and make it bigger than this one. I know it won't happen the first year or second year, but eventually I can make it bigger and better, which is great, and have like kid-friendly hours, and then in the evening times make it more scary for adult-friendly hours. So something good probably became of all this, but to give all you other hunters or future hunters, ones that have been doing like me for a couple of years, a heads up, this might happen to you. So you got to really think about it. The liability issues of doing it, and what could happen. So it all depends on what you guys want to do. If you want to go and just even talk to your code enforcement or your zoning people and see what's out there, and you don't have to tell them where you live. You can say, hey, I'm thinking about this, and see what's out there. So you don't get too big like I did. I mean, I've had a lot of angry people calling City Hall, driving by, getting out of their vehicles, and fully supporting me. And I said, the city would love me to do it. I just can't do it here. I mean, I know a lot of people, that's their personal property. There's no way for them to inspect it to make it sure it's safe for the public as well. So it's a big mess, and I hate to see anyone else get caught up in something like this. You have any questions? Just throw it in the comment. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you what happened, and it's gonna dictate what your city has in ordinance and laws in your state. I live in Illinois, but all right. Well, have fun this Halloween.